What inspired me to open up the Suya spot? Years ago, growing up as a child, my mom had restaurants in Nigeria, and most of the time when we were done school, would go into a restaurant and help her out. So, I got that motivation from there. The service industry. Like I grew up just knowing about customer service just through my mom's restaurant. So that was the first thing that inspired me. The second thing that inspired me was coming down to Canada. I realized that there was a need for an entertainment center. There were barely a lot of Nigerians here back then, and the way we were able to help one another was, on the weekends we would go to each other's houses, and that's how I saw friends, and they would prepare suya at their homes, and I decided, we can commercialize this, and that was just the beginning of the idea, seeing that the love of suya from Nigeria is still here in Canada, and how can we make suya become popular? When I started, there was no market for suya. There were a few Nigerian restaurants and other African restaurants that were around. And when I would share the ideas with people that, hey, I want to open up a place where we would sell only meat, people said I was crazy, and people said it was never going to happen, because when I started, it was behind the back of a van. I'll go from parties to parties, and I would bring out my grill, set up and grill, and people would come and say, wow, this is beautiful. Its first location was a takeout spot. My goal from the beginning was to make suya become as popular as jerk chicken in Canada, and that was my goal from day one. And I know it's going to eventually happen. We're getting there. We're getting the recognition from press, from food critics, from people out there, and we know that it's only a matter of time when even local chefs in Toronto would start doing suya at their restaurants. We can't wait for that to happen. We do a lot of events. We do a lot of outdoor events. We do the Afrofest every year, and we do small little parties. So where people want us to come barbecue at their homes, we do that. We offer those services. And weddings, anything you want us to do is what we do. The plan is to see that every major event going on within the African community, and of course out of the African community, we want to be a part of that. We want to have a share in all these events, and that is the goal that we're working towards.